Okay, I'm doing something a little different. I'm outside in my backyard because someone told me, Audra, you need to slow down and smell the roses. So I've been trying to do that. And it is pretty remarkable when you do slow down and notice things. And so I wanted you all to know, see, there's one. Okay, do you see that butterfly? This is called a butterfly bush. I literally planted it 3 years ago and the plant was this big. And look how big it is. I have several of these planted in my backyard. And I was outside trying to enjoy the serenity and smell the roses, whatever. And I was overwhelmed with how many butterflies were in my backyard. And I planted several other bushes that attracted these butterflies. Millweed is one of them, and there's a couple other. I'll link the plants down below. But I could not believe how many butterflies are in my backyard. So as we're videotaping this, I want you all to count the butterflies. Oh, see, I think there's another one, and they're all monarch butterflies. But for those of you who have these plants, let me know if you have a caterpillar problem. Hello. Oh, there's another one. So keep an eye out. But the reason why I'm doing it in my backyard also is because I have lots of things to share with you today. And I just wanted to have some fresh air and detox and just kind of do something different. Okay, so let's get into it. First story, and I promise all these stories have some benefit for you to learn from me. So I woke up 3 days ago and I heard this horrible crash. Like it sounded like an asteroid came through the atmosphere and hit my house, or someone drove their car through the front living room or something. That's how loud it was. So I yelled down at my husband. I'm like, what did you do now? Like some crazy lady. And he looks at me, he's like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I literally went all around the house. I couldn't figure out what the heck that noise was. I got dressed up and had to go show a property. And as I'm trying to back out of the garage, guess what? The garage door would not open because the garage door springs snapped. Okay? Are you kidding me? If you have been following me, you know my house is really getting on my nerves because everything is going wrong because I never live in a house more than 2 years. And this house, I've lived in it for 8 years. So let me tell you what I've learned. So most of you watching this channel have garage door openers, right? So you're gonna have garage door springs. And if your garage door is newer, you probably have a torsion spring. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's what I had. And they last anywhere from 7 to 14 years. It really depends on how many cycles that you go through. So a cycle means up and down. If you have an older style garage, it's called an extension spring, which those last anywhere from 5 to 10 years. Now, the key here is most of you are going in there and using your good old WD-40 to go make sure everything's lubricated and running smoothly. Now, that's the worst thing you could do. And let me tell you why. Now, I love my WD-40. I cannot part without it. It's in my car 24/7. I use it all the time. But I've been using it to maintain the hinges on my garage, and that's the worst thing for it for a couple of reasons. First of all, WD-40 is a solvent. It's not a lubricant, and it kind of has like a sticky substance to it. So dust will collect, debris can collect, but the other thing is because it's a solvent, it gets rid of natural oils that are essential for maintaining good use and good wear and good functionality in your garage door. But it also strips those natural oils, which is not ideal. Okay, so don't use WD-40. There are garage door lubricants, which I will link down below. That is what you should be using if you are maintaining your garage door properly. Unlike me. So if you're buying or selling a home, check the garage door springs because they are expensive. It cost me $800 stinking dollars to get my garage door springs replaced. And trust me, I was happy to pay it. I was happy because guy came out on a Sunday and it's a royal pain in the neck when you're locked out of your garage. However, how do you check to see if your garage springs are working properly? It's called the balance test. So what you do is you disable the automatic garage door and you manually lift up the garage door. And if it sits 3 feet, approximately 3 feet from the top, just stays there, then you know your garage door springs are balanced properly. However, if you raise it up and it goes too high or there's resistance, there's another butterfly, then you know that one of two things are at play. Number one, your garage door springs are not balanced, or number two, they're about to give. Now, I've seen home inspectors do this test several times, but I just never knew what exactly they were testing. So it will come up on a home inspection. And by the way, I created this home inspection checklist and it wasn't on there because I didn't know what they were doing. And now I'm aware and I'm passing my wealth of information onto you. So my second purchase, which is beyond annoying, is I had to buy all new house plants because my husband killed my plants. I told him, do not water the plants with the indoor water, you need to use the outdoor water. And he looks at me, and I can be fussy, I mean, with all due respect. And we all know I shouldn't be asking my husband to do that anyway. You live and learn. And by the way, I've had these plants in my house for over 10 years, and I had these fiddle leaf figs. I love these plants. There's not a better green leaf plant out there. They're gorgeous, but they're fussy. They get root rot. They get these brown spots if you overwater them or underwater. They're just a fussy mess. But I've let these little guys thrive for like over 10 years. They're my babies. And you know how the story goes. My husband goes outside and goes, "Fooey on this. I'm going to use the kitchen sink." She's crazy. So he's walking around with this blender and putting indoor faucet water in the blender, which is weird. And he's literally watering all my plants. And within 2 weeks, they all died because they couldn't handle the water from the sink. So you have salt and potassium. And guess what? Plants hate salt and potassium, and especially my stinking fussy fiddle-leaf pigs. Kill them. I literally cried. I was so upset. And then when I bring it to his attention, you know what he says?
You know, the proper answer is thank you.
Why would I thank you for killing my plants? Oh my goodness. But whenever there is a tragedy, I have learned there is always something wonderful in the future. So what I did is I went and bought all new plants. And I'm going to share the couple that I absolutely fell in love with. And if you're selling your house or you're considering adding some family members, some additional plants in your home, I highly suggest these 3 plants. I just love them. So when I went to the nursery to go find my new adopted family members, because my husband killed all my other plants, I decided I'm going to pick what I want. And money's not going to be an issue. I work hard, and gosh dang it, I love my plants, and I'm going to reward myself. So I walk into this nursery, and as soon as I walk into this nursery, I see the most amazing, beautiful tree I've ever seen in my life. And I looked at her, and I'm like, "Honey child, you need to be mine." And then I looked at the price tag, and I'm like, "Oh my God, no, you're not. You're beautiful. Someone else can take care of you." And then as I went around the nursery, I came back to her, and I'm like, YOLO, you only live once. And so I bought her. And I love her. I love her so much. She's a Ficus Audrey. Apparently, this is a new trending plant. I love her for 2 reasons. Number one, she's glorious. She's beautiful. She's hardier. But I also love her name because I'm Audra. And that plant has my name written all over her. It's called a Ficus Audrey. Now, I bought 2 of them. One's this grandiose one, and there's a baby one. These are amazing. So if you are considering adding some plants into your home, you don't need to buy the super duper special. You can buy some little ones. Apparently they grow pretty rapidly. They're a lot hardier. The only downside is that they can be toxic to your pets. My pets don't eat my plants, so I'm not worried about it. But I'm telling you right now, my little Ficus Audrey is living with me in my office. And I kid you not, every time I walk into my office, I look up at her and I am just so grateful. I'm so grateful to her, and she gives me so much joy. Now, the mistake I did make is I underestimated how tall she was. So I bought this huge pot for her that was higher than normal, and she almost touches my ceiling. So don't make that mistake. But, you know, you can save a lot of money by buying them smaller. I'll keep you posted on little Audrey's progress, but that is now my new favorite plant. And for those of you who are looking for plants, whether you're selling or just looking to add more plants into your home, check out the Ficus Audrey. They have really interesting formations at the root, and their leaves are beautiful as well. My second favorite plant is the money tree plant. My really good friend gave it to me about 3 years ago. It's supposed to bring wealth, prosperity, good fortune, positive vibes. And I'm not going to lie, the last 3 years have been pretty good. So maybe there's something to it. But more importantly, she gave me this plant. It was like, I don't know, this big. It's this huge plant right now, and it has beautiful leaves. It's not fussy. It's a beautiful green. It's kind of whimsical and airy. I'm selling a home right now. It's a vacant home. I'm taking care of some plants in her home because, you know, I love plants. They're beautiful. She has a bunch of money tree plants in her home. They're like twice the size and width of the ones that I have, but they're glorious and they're inexpensive and they're hardy. So you might want to consider a money tree plant. I'm in love. I never thought I'd say that, but I really am. It's a good gift for people too. Don't forget that. Okay, quick break. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers, so please subscribe to my channel. It's free. And for those of you who watch till the end, there's a little special surprise. So watch to the end. So the other plant that I splurged on was my Dracaena, or my dragon tree. She's so unique. So she's very old. You can see her trunk. I mean, she must be over 100 years old. I have no idea. But they weren't really loving on her or caring for her. So kind of spent probably too much money on her. But she's a statement piece. I don't have to do anything else but put her in a corner and she shows off. And I want to make sure she's well cared for in her older age. Any Dracaena is extremely easy to grow, adds a little bit of interest. And in my opinion, as I get older, I'm kind of liking different unique things that not everybody is putting into their homes. If you're selling your home, you can't go wrong with putting any type of plant into your home, but do your research, especially if you have pets, because you don't want to get your pet sick. The third purchase I made this week, and you're going to think I've lost my mind, and you're not wrong. The purchase that I made was that I bought a fish aquarium. I know, can you believe it? So if any of you have been watching my videos, you know how much I hate reptile aquariums, fish aquariums. Like, they're just gross, they smell, there's algae, and then the buyers come in and they go look at these things. They're not paying attention to the house, and I can't talk to them because they're trying to find the hermit crab or where's the little eel in the rocks or whatever it is. I hate fish aquariums or any type of aquarium. And I recommend that you move them in the garage or give them to a friend or cover them up. And for God's sakes, if you can't find a home for them, make them smell good. So I am still a firm believer in making that statement. However, I get you that have these aquariums. I love my fish aquarium. So why I bought a fish aquarium, I did not want to get a fish aquarium. I had to save this goldfish out of a client's pond, which I'll do a whole video on it next week. You have to watch it. It's the cutest stinking story, and we can learn a lot from the story. But nonetheless, I have a fish aquarium, 20-gallon, sitting in my kitchen with the goldfish that I rescued. And her name is Frida. Oh my God, I love her so much. There is something to be said about watching fish in an aquarium. I think there's some research done that if you watch this fish and it decreases stress. I'm not kidding. I think there's something to it. I know I've lost my mind. I'm that lady now with a fish aquarium. And I don't care anymore. The fourth product that I bought this week, it's been a very expensive week, is a cappuccino maker. And I'm tired of doing without. Now, before you guys give me grief, I know it's super expensive. I get it. I'm spending too much money. You're starting to sound like my parents. But I bought a cappuccino maker, Breville cappuccino maker, during COVID. And I made my own coffee and I got addicted to it. And I love it. However, the stupid thing broke and I couldn't find anybody to repair it. So what I ended up doing is taking matters into my own hands. Not a good idea. And I broke it all apart and I can't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. So what I did is I just left it there for 2 years. And finally, I decided I'm sick and tired of waiting for my husband to go bring me coffee. I know, my husband shouldn't have to go get me coffee in the morning at Starbucks, which, by the way, I'm not a big Starbucks fan. I love my own coffee. I just couldn't spend the money to go buy a new cappuccino maker. So I broke down, since I'm spending all this money anyway, and it's Amazon Prime Day. And so I went in there and the cappuccino maker was $200 less than the list price. And I'm like, oh, should I do it? And then, oh my goodness, miracles happen. I look and I have all these points on my credit card. And so I bought the whole thing with my points. So it was free. And folks, I am so excited. And by the way, I bought the Amazon coffee. I'm like, oh, well, I need to practice on it. I'll just get some cheap beans. Oh my gosh, I'll link the beans down below. They're delicious. So I feel good about it. It's my little routine in the morning. Now, how am I going to circle this back to real estate? Okay, this is it. I have a lot of you asking me, Audra, should I leave my cappuccino maker out on the counter? Now, if you have one that's shiny and pretty and looks nice, then sure. But a lot of you don't. You have ones that are plasticky and they're stains and they're dirty and they're small and they're not really attractive. Use your best judgment. When in doubt, take it out. So unless it's super pretty and someone walks into your kitchen and goes, oh, wow, I wish I could get that Breville touch. It's such a nice cappuccino maker and you can't mess up the foam, which I always mess up the foam. That's something that I would say, when in doubt, take out. But of course, if you have a beautiful cappuccino maker, leave it out. Kind of sets the tone for what type of activities would take place in your kitchen or your breakfast bar. So the fifth product that I bought this week is an EMF detector. And I've been watching a lot of buyers come into my open houses and they kind of secretly test the area. By the way, EMF stands for electromagnetic field. So they're making sure that the house is not toxic or any weird stuff coming in. So I see a lot of people concerned about this when there's power lines, but you also go in there and you test your appliances and your microwaves, things like that. So I went around my own house, and what surprised me is when the microwave was on, it did kind of go red, but as I backed away, it kind of went away. So, your parents telling you to step away from the microwave, they were giving you good advice, apparently. My hair blow dryer kind of set this thing off, but what really set this thing off was I was in my office testing my phone and my monitor, and it didn't test very high. But then I went to go put it down and it started going berserko. I was like, warning, warning. And I have this desk that goes up and goes down. I have a torn hip labrum. And by the way, if any of you have torn hip labrums, let me know what you're doing about it. Don't want to do the surgery. Okay, that's a whole other video. But anyway, so right where the button that you push goes up and down, it was going berserko. I immediately unplugged it and it went back to normal. So I was a little like surprised with what I found with this little guy. You might want to buy one if you're buying or selling a home just to check it out. Can't hurt. And by the way, I recently put together an Amazon storefront. Trust me, I'm not going to be one of those Amazon reviewer girls, but a lot of you reaching out asking me where I get my products. And so I will link this down below in the description box along with my Amazon storefront. Okay, my 6th favorite purchase this week is my microphone set. So it's here, it's by DJI. I had the previous microphone set from them and just fussy. I don't know if you're getting the theme in my life. I hate things that require a lot of assistance. Like I just want no fuss, no muss. So you who have been following me for quite some time know I struggle with my microphone setup. I've literally gone through 30 or 40 mics. This is the best one. I will link it down below, and my Amazon storefront will also be linked there. But what I like about it, you clip it on, noise cancellation, you get decent quality, and off you go. When I'm recording this video, it's literally my cell phone, and I just want to stick my mic on here. This YouTube bit is a side hustle for me. I don't have professional people doing this. This is just standalone Audra doing it herself. So I love this mic. The reason why I'm putting it on this video is I have a lot of realtors watching me, and they want to do similar things. They want to market your homes the best way they can. And a lot of you have reached out asking me about my equipment, but nonetheless, this is the way to go. 7th purchase that I made this week is my trampoline. It's a little tiny thing called the Can. I will link it down below. Easy assembly. I mean, I actually put it together myself. I bounce on it for about 10 minutes a day. For those of you who don't know, I'm a cold plunger. So I have a cold plunge, 43 degrees every morning, and I go walk my dog, and then I go bounce on my trampoline for about 10 minutes. And there's just something about that that gets me going in the morning. Now, the reason why I'm even sharing this, because I want you to get to know me a little bit. But more importantly, a lot of you are buying these trampolines, and I've been going to your homes, and you're like, hey, this is kind of sporty, right? I can leave my trampoline out here. People can kind of visualize. No. I love your trampoline too, but put it in the garage, okay? And by the way, when you have people that are coming to view your home, you need to put it away. It's not just for the photos. Now, if you want to go take your trampoline and bounce on it like I do and live your lifestyle the way you want, perfect. But when you're selling your home, understand this is not like, hey, I just live my life. It is a commitment, it is a chapter in your life, and it's an uncomfortable one. So you don't get to enjoy all your little things if you're doing it right. And the 8th purchase that I bought this week is LED lights. Those things are so dang expensive. And what I didn't know is I thought those things lasted like 20 years. Well, apparently they last 8 years because that's when I replaced them. And I guess I have my lights on more than I think, which I need to adjust that. But nonetheless, I bought them on sale on Amazon. It's Amazon Prime Week. You might want to take advantage of that. I also highly suggest that you watch the video. I'll link down below. I did a whole video on lighting, and I'm still getting calls from you asking me, hey, what kind of wattage, what kind of color should I put in my living room or my dining room? I did a video on it, and I also will link down below the lighting guide. Okay, look at her. There's my little dog. She is my loyal companion. Like literally, no matter where I go, there she is. And that's DG, decomposed granite, which is really hard. Oh, look at her. Oh, baby, are you uncomfortable? Oh, okay. We got lots of wildlife going on in this backyard. So for those of you who have waited till the end, let me know how many butterflies that you've seen. The first person who answers correctly, I will buy you an EMF detector. So respond down below. And of course, for those of you who have houseplants, I'm just curious what your favorite houseplant is as well, because I still have a few more plants I have to purchase. Now, if you got any benefit out of this video, please smash the like button and subscribe to my channel. I would forever be grateful. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. All right, thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. And the next one is gonna be about the goldfish journey. You have to watch it. It is so stinking precious. All right, over and out.